think of data types like an ATM machine. So if we put in the ATM machine what it's expecting, like a credit card, what does ATM machine do? Does what it's supposed to do because it understands the data type. It gives us money. Take the same ATM machine and put a different data type in, a different card. Let's say playing cards. If we put playing cards in ATM machine, there is no way the ATM machine is going to give us the money because it doesn't recognize. In today's video, we're going to deal with type errors. So what we're talking about is we looked at the four basic input data types. Sorry. What if we try to do something with a data type that Python doesn't allow with the data type? That'll become clear in a second. So hopefully the video showed you kind of an illustration of what could happen in the Python program if we apply a data type that the program is not intending to receive. Let's start with something we already know. I went and typed this out already. Let's say the variable length equals the length of the input, what is your name? And then we're going to print that length. We've done this numerous times already, okay? So let's go ahead and run it. So let's go ahead and do Jan. We've been doing that a bunch. So of course, what's our printed output? 3. You understand that. Pretty straightforward, So if we go ahead and do this again, what is your name? Jonathan. 8. Right? What is the type of the output? 8. That's the question we're thinking about right now. So I went ahead and typed out this statement here. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take off the hashtag so that we uncomment this to be able to run this. Okay, so we've done this before, concatenation. So ideally what we're looking for is we're going to print the length off, and then we're going to print your name has blank, which like for Jan is 3 characters in it. That's true. So let's go ahead and run this. We're going to go with Jan. Here's what we're talking about. Type error can only concatenate strings, not integers. Right? Our problem. That is essentially like our illustration where we put playing cards in expecting money to come out. Python doesn't do that. It tells us that we have a type error. Okay? So what we need to do is figure out how to change length to a data type in which it will give us our expected output. Okay? So let's go ahead and keep print the length, which if you notice down here, so you did the name is Jan, it did the 3 for the print length easily. It was the other part that was a problem. So let's go ahead and change our type of this variable we're looking at, which is length. Okay. New equals string of length. Okay, so that is how we change to a string by putting str right here. Okay? That solves the issue. What is your name? Jan. What was our issue here? What was the mistake made? Well, I put new length equals a string of length, but length is only a string within the variable new length. But what do I have down here? I don't have new length. I just have length. So I need to change this to new length. Okay. Now, let's see what we have. Okay. Jan. Once again, I said this is gonna happen constantly. Okay, so we get used to this. I talked about before, always using the same way of naming variables. What did I not do? I didn't use camel case. I just added new without the camel case. Now you see these are highlighted. Okay, so these are errors. Everyone's gonna make it, constantly gonna make it. This is good to see. I'm not gonna edit this out because it's good to see that these kind of errors happen all the time. I was focused on making sure that I put new there. I did not pay attention to the fact that I use a different naming convention than I did when I actually did the variable for the string of length, which is camel case. I didn't do that. So once again, good error, good to see that. Don't be distraught. I'm not embarrassed that I did that. We're gonna keep that in there. It's gonna happen. Get used to it. Okay. Now that I've fixed, and typing errors, not type errors, but typing errors are my biggest fallback. Some of you may be like me and not a very good typer when it comes to this more complicated type typing when it comes to coding, and you'll make those errors too. All right, let's run it now. Okay, Jan. 3. Your name has 3 characters. Awesome. Awesome. Now we have this. Okay. Now we have the output. We have that money coming out of the ATM because we gave it the credit card here rather than trying to give it the playing cards up here. Okay. We're just going to add this on here. If you're confused about this, if you're wondering what kind of a data type you are dealing with, you can add type length. Okay, look at that. Jan. And always remember your print statement. Jan. If you see here, we got, what is your name, Jan? Has 3 characters. Class is integer. Okay. Now what we can do here is just demonstrate this. Let's print the type of new length. Remember camel case. Make sure you close it. Okay. Now this should easily demonstrate what we're looking for. Okay. So let's run this here. What is your name? Jan. 3. We have length is integer. The type of new length is string. Okay, you see, the program is coming back and telling us it's now a string, which now makes sense why when we print and we concatenate these 3 things, it works because we can only concatenate strings. Okay, we can do this across the data types. Okay, this is good to see because you will have these type errors. I've had coding challenge from a job in which, and it was actually in C#, where that was the error. I had to figure out how to, it was more complicated than this, how to figure out how to get that data type changed so that the algorithm would work. I had to recognize that was a data type issue, and then be able to change it within the right portion of the algorithm to make it give the desired output. It's further than what we're going here, but this is another essential thing that we need to know for Python programming. The basics, the coding basics. Okay, please like and subscribe. Give me your feedback. I've tried to make some changes to my videos already based on feedback I've gotten, so thank you for that. Have a good day.